Bringing some good news. If you haven't heard about this, check this out. U.S. media polls rage after Venezuelans defy U.S. empire to re-elect socialists. World needs more socialists, especially elected ones at that. This is from Alan McLeod at Mint Press News. Highly recommend Mint Press News. They really do a good job of covering world events, politics, etc. from a anti-imperialist, kind of anti-capitalist lens. Super important in my opinion. So I'll link this article down below. Despite the fact the election was overseen by 1,500 international observers, U.S. polls and media pundits alike labeled it a sham before it even took place. And of course, again, it has everything to do with who is running, namely socialists, people on the left in Venezuela who actually care and are concerned about improving the material well-being of the working class, of the poor, of the vulnerable, of the marginalized in that country, and they aren't willing to sell out their people, to the U.S. empire and these multinational corporations. And that's exactly why these election results are being attacked or trying to be discredited by war criminals and hacks like Mike Pompeo and other folks in the media. President Nicolas Maduro and his United Socialist Party of Venezuela, PSUV, are celebrating today after a clear victory. And so this was from the 7th, so about 5-6 days ago. In yesterday's National Assembly elections, the elections boycotted by many major right-wing opposition groups, but still participated in by over 100 political parties, ended with the PSUV and its allies receiving an estimated 67.6% of the votes cast. That's massive, meaning they will control a 2/3 supermajority of the 277-seat National Assembly, the only major body that was controlled by anti-government forces. I mean, that's awesome. They're going to even be able to accomplish more of their socialist policies and programs and get those implemented, which is obviously hugely beneficial for the working class of Venezuela. That's just good news. There's no other way to frame it as that. It's excellent to hear. We have recovered the National Assembly with the majority vote of the Venezuelan people, Maduro said in his victory speech. It's a great victory without a doubt for democracy, he added, also announcing that the government had delivered the 3.3 million houses for the needy that it promised when it launched the Great Venezuelan Housing Mission program in 2000. I mean, goddamn. Just think about the things we'd be able to get done in the United States if we had some type of socialist or even center-left type of government. I mean, for fuck's sake, we'd at least have universal health care in the United States. Maybe we'd undertake an ambitious housing program like they did in Venezuela that delivered and built 3.3 million houses since 2011. I mean, for fuck's sake, that's awesome. Which is awesome. Self-declared opposition President Juan Guaido, a complete hack and puppet of the U.S. empire, did not see the result in the same way, seemingly calling for another coup on Saturday. Oh, Jesus. Not even a dignified comment. Complete fucking hack. Turnout in the election, 31%, was considerably lower than the PSUV was hoping for, although perhaps understandably given the continued boycott of much of the opposition, meaning the outcome is barely in doubt. COVID pandemic, crippling U.S. sanctions, war crimes, those sanctions are. Same with Iran and all these other countries the U.S. has them on. Which included those imposed on opposition figures that defied U.S. instructions not to participate. What is not in doubt is the veracity election, meaning it was free and fair, which according to Telesur is being monitored by 1,500 observers, 300 representatives from 34 countries worldwide, including many former heads of state, including Fernando Lugo of Paraguay, Evo Morales, love that man, of Bolivia, and Jose Luis Zapatero of Spain. Here in Venezuela, nobody can doubt the electoral system, said former Ecuadorian President Rafael Correa, who agreed with the former Honduran President Manuel Zelaya's assessment that the process was transparent and peaceful. Other official observers included Mint Press contributors Professor Adrian Pine and Dr. Margaret Flowers. Despite this, U.S. government has already decided the process of fiction. Of course, Pompeo is going to say that because, again, he doesn't like the people who are running, just making up this bullshit, trying to say it was false. And then you have people in the media like Human Rights Watch fucking hack Kenneth Roth. Human Rights Watch is a really, frankly, deplorable organization. Yeah, fuck Kenneth Roth, real piece of shit there. Ultimately, however, while turnout was relatively low, this is the main takeaway, the ruling Socialist Party has gained a supermajority in the one body the opposition controlled, handing them a clear victory and the U.S. government in defeat. Love to see it. Added to the return of democracy to Bolivia in October, and a leftist election victory in Guyana earlier this year, 2020 has not been a good year for Washington and Latin America. And since it wasn't a good year for Washington and Latin America, that means the working class in Latin America will be doing better because, again, the U.S. empire, U.S. government, U.S. State Department does not have the best interests of the working class, of the poor, of the vulnerable, of the marginalized anywhere in the world. And that includes Latin America. And obviously they'll oppose any government, any political party, any political movement in these countries that actually will stand up and fight for the working people there. And Venezuela is just another example of that. But overall, really great news to hear that the United Socialist Party of Venezuela has a supermajority in the National Assembly. Love to see it, and I look forward to seeing what they can accomplish going forward. Peace. Much love. Share your thoughts down below.